Hello, I'm Gary Templeton, and this video is about spreadsheets. This video overviews the most popular spreadsheet tools available, introduces the spreadsheet concept, demonstrates some primary and advanced Excel skills, and explains how to continue learning about spreadsheets and other software tools beyond this class. I hope you enjoy the video. The most popular spreadsheet tools are Microsoft Excel, Google Sheets, LibreOffice Calc, and Apple Numbers. Microsoft Excel is part of the Microsoft Office suite and provides a robust set of features for data analysis, calculation, and visualization. I'll demonstrate an example later in this video. Google Sheets is a free cloud-based spreadsheet tool offered as a part of Google Workspace. It also allows collaboration in real time and is accessible from any device with an internet connection. LibreOffice Calc is a free and open source spreadsheet tool that is part of the LibreOffice suite. It provides similar functionalities to Microsoft Excel and is available for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Numbers is Apple's spreadsheet application, part of the iWork productivity suite. It is designed for Mac OS and iOS devices and offers integration with other Apple applications. Other popular spreadsheet products are Zoho Sheet, Quip Spreadsheets, Airtable, and WPS Office Spreadsheets. The popularity of spreadsheet tools evolves based on user preferences, industry requirements, and advancements in technology. Imagine having a dynamic tool that not only stores your data, but also helps you organize, analyze, and visualize information effortlessly. That's precisely what spreadsheets offer. A spreadsheet is like a digital canvas where you can input, calculate, and manipulate data. It's a grid of rows and columns, forming cells that can hold numbers, text, or formulas. Each cell has its unique address, making it easy to refer to specific pieces of information. Why spreadsheets? First, spreadsheets help you organize information systematically. Think of them as digital tables where each row represents an entry, like an item or a transaction, and each column represents a specific attribute, like quantity or cost. This is why accountants love spreadsheets. Second, one of the magical aspects of spreadsheets is their ability to perform calculations automatically. You can set up formulas to add, subtract, multiply, or divide numbers, saving you from manual calculations. Third, spreadsheets provide tools to analyze your data. You can create charts and graphs to visualize trends, making it easier to understand complex information at a glance. Fourth, spreadsheets are incredibly flexible. You can add or remove data, adjust formulas, and instantly see the impact on your results. Spreadsheets find diverse applications in real-life scenarios, serving as versatile tools for various tasks. In personal budgeting, individuals utilize spreadsheets to meticulously track income, expenses, and savings, providing a comprehensive overview of their financial health. For project management purposes, spreadsheets prove invaluable in monitoring tasks, timelines, and overall progress, offering an organized and accessible platform for effective project tracking. In the realm of business analytics, spreadsheets play a crucial role in analyzing complex data sets, including sales data, expenses, and performance metrics. Businesses leverage spreadsheet functionalities to gain insights into their financial and operational aspects, aiding informed decision-making processes. These practical applications underscore the widespread utility of spreadsheets across personal, project-based, and business-related problems. In summary, spreadsheets empower you to transform raw data into valuable insights for decision support. Whether you're managing personal finances, running a business, or conducting complex analyses, spreadsheets are your versatile companion on the journey of data exploration and understanding. Let's create a simple example in Microsoft Excel. First, open Excel, open a blank workbook, and save it as monthly expenses in our Documents folder. because we're going to use this file to manage expenses for a month. The first task is data entry. Label column A as expense category. And column B as amount. We can customize the width of column A by clicking on the edge of the column, as you see here. Likewise, we can do the same for column B. Next, we can enter data for the detail lines. Click on cell A2 and type rent. Press enter and it will go to the next row: groceries, utilities, dining out, and transportation. Next, we enter the amounts. Type 1200, enter, 300, enter, 150, enter, 200, enter, and then 100. Next, we want to change the formatting of the amount column because it should be in the form of currency. First, click on the column by clicking B, which will select the entire column. Make sure you're in the Home tab. Go to the number group, choose the currency format. I'll select United States. We can click on any cell to deselect the column. Next, we want to write a formula. Select B7, press equals B2 plus B3 plus B4 plus B5 plus B6. That will give you the sum of each of the amount values. This is very inefficient, so let's do it using a function. For that, we would press equals, sum, open parentheses, click on B2 and drag down to B6, close parentheses. This is the sum, so we will label it likewise. Sum of amounts. Next, we want the average of amounts, so we'll type in A8 average of amounts. We want to customize the column of A again, so select A and double click. This shows the use of another function. Click on B8 equals average, open parentheses, and we want to select on the detail records again. Close parentheses, enter. Next, we want to build a chart. Select cells A2 to B6. Click on the Insert tab. We want to select on a clustered column, and you can preview the results by mousing over the icons of each. We want a 2D clustered column, so we click on that. As you see, Excel has generated a chart, and we can adjust titles and labels as needed. To adjust the title, for example, we would click on the title and customize accordingly. We can also edit the labels for the vertical axis. In this case, I want to increase the font size. You can see the font attributes that are available in Home. I can make them larger, and I can preview them by just mousing over the different fonts. So I want 10, and I want it bolded. Same for the y-axis labels. 10 and bolded. We have built and customized a chart in Excel. Next, we want to sort data, and we have to be very careful sorting because we can throw off a lot of our values. This is a major reason we have database technology that is not the same as spreadsheets, because we can contaminate our data file through some actions such as sorting. So we want to select the range that we want to sort. That would be our detail records. Go to the Data tab and click Sort. In this case, we've selected 2 columns, so we want to tell Excel on which columns to sort. We don't want to sort alphabetically, we want to sort by amount. And as you can see, it may be difficult to see these values, so I'm going to make this whole spreadsheet larger so I can read it better. And I can do that by clicking this plus on the bottom right hand side. We can move this chart over by clicking on it and dragging, and then again press plus. Next, we want to find and replace data. One way to do this is through your keyboard, pressing Control-H, and this will bring up the Find and Replace dialog. In Find What, type Dining Out, which you can see here in cell A4, and we want to replace it with Entertainment. So we'll find Next and replace it. And as you can see, we have options for replacing everything in the entire sheet. Now you've successfully performed basic data entry, formatting, formula writing, function use, chart building, data sorting, and find and replace operations in Excel. These are foundational skills, but there are far more advanced skills in spreadsheets. Let's demonstrate some more advanced uses of Excel spreadsheets. The VLOOKUP function is useful for finding and retrieving a value using the first column of a specified index table. For example, assume you have this index table. I've already entered the data. It has 4 column labels: product, category, sales, and price, and you can see that the detail records are in rows 2, 3, and 4. This is a very simple index table, and we will refer to it to look up values using the VLOOKUP function. To code the VLOOKUP function, we're going to create another sheet. So you click plus at the bottom and we'll name it Lookup Sheet. The first sheet, we'll rename it Index. So double click on sheet 1 at the bottom left there and type in Index. That renames the sheet. That way we have logical names for our sheets. Go to the Lookup Sheet. This is where we're going to look up the information on the table. And we're going to press equals VLOOKUP, open parentheses. And what we're looking for is the word banana, B-A-N-A-N-A, close quote, comma. And what we're going to do is we're going to search for the number of sales for banana in the index table. To populate this function, we can type it out or we can do it with our mouse. Let's do it with our mouse. Click on Index at the bottom left and define our table by simply selecting it. After selecting it, press comma. And as you can see how it's defined, A2 through C4, there are 3 columns, and we're interested in looking up banana, but returning the value in the 3rd column. So we're going to type in 3, comma, and another argument is whether or not we're looking for an exact match or not. We are confident enough in our data that we're looking for an exact match. So we type in false, close parentheses, enter. It takes us back to the lookup sheet where we were entering that formula. So here is the formula, and this is the result that it returned. 150 is correct because go back and look at the index table. What is the sales for bananas? 150. Going back to the lookup sheet, it is the correct information. Again, I'm going to resize this sheet so we can see the value better. And so from this example, you can see that the VLOOKUP has helped us to retrieve a value using a table, even if it's on another sheet. Next, we're going to look at pivot tables, which help analyze and summarize large data sets by organizing and presenting information in a structured form. Let's go back to our index sheet, and let's pretend this is a large data set. To create a pivot table, we're going to first highlight the data. We'll click on the entire data set. We're going to go to the Insert tab and select Pivot Table. You can see from the Pivot Table dialog that the table or range is already selected. Excel is going to output the pivot table on a new worksheet that it will create, and so we're ready. Press OK. And you can see that Excel produced a sidebar on the right-hand side of the screen. It has listed the 4 field names or columns. It has created a new sheet that it calls Sheet 3, and it's produced an area where it will place the pivot table. To populate the pivot table, drag category to the rows area and sales to values. And you can see that the pivot table has been created how we defined it. And what this means is that the previous categories are now summarized by the sum of sales. Clicking on the table, we can also redefine the pivot table. Next, we'll learn about conditional formatting, which allows users to visually highlight or format cells based on specified conditions, enhancing data interpretation. We'll go back to our previous table on the index sheet, and to apply conditional formatting, select the Sales column. Go to the Home tab and click on Conditional Formatting. Choose Highlight Sales Rules and Greater Than. We're interested in sales greater than 400. And we're going to use a light red field with dark red text to identify such values. Press OK, and you can see that Excel has identified that this value is greater than 400. Next, we're going to look at the trim function, which is handy for removing extra spaces from text ensuring cleaner and standardized text data. Assume you have a data set with names that might have extra spaces. The trim function will delete all leading, trailing, and in-between spaces, except for a single space character between words. So it doesn't remove all space characters, but only excess space characters. I'm going to create a new sheet to show you this. Again, I'll increase the size so you can see it better. I'm going to type in a name, Bill. I'm going to put 2 spaces between the first and last name, Jones, and I'm going to add 3 spaces to the right of Jones. Excess spaces. And I'm going to use the trim function to remove excess spaces. Now you see the 2 spaces between Bill and Jones have been removed, and you can trust that the spaces to the right of Jones have also been removed. So the function has deleted leading, trailing, and in-between spaces except for a single space. This is a good example of how Excel can be used to manipulate strings or non-numeric data. Finally, we're going to look at a conditional function called COUNTIF. The COUNTIF function helps count the number of cells in a range that meet a specified condition, providing a quick way to analyze data based on specific criteria. Going back to the index sheet, what the COUNTIF is going to do is help count the values of a certain type. This is a very simple example, and we can see that we have 2 fruits. But just to demonstrate the COUNTIF, we're going to click on E2. We're going to type equals COUNTIF, open parentheses. We're going to click on the B category, comma, and quote, fruits, close quote, close parentheses, enter. The COUNTIF has determined that we have 2 fruits in our data set. It can do the same thing for electronics. There are other conditional formulas, such as SUMIF, that will sum up all of the sales for fruits. And Excel also has the classic IF function that is more general purpose. So now we've looked at the VLOOKUP, pivot tables, conditional formatting, the trim function, and the COUNTIF function in Excel. Understanding spreadsheets is empowering in the workplace. Here are some ways you can learn more about the ever-evolving space of spreadsheets. This discussion also applies to any type of software. One avenue is online courses available on platforms like Coursera, edX, Udemy, and LinkedIn Learning, offering courses ranging from beginner to advanced levels. YouTube tutorials provided by channels such as Excel is Fun and My Online Training Hub cover spreadsheet basics, formulas, functions, and advanced features. Additionally, delving into official documentation and guides from software providers like Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets provides in-depth insights into features and functionalities. Books such as Microsoft Excel 2024 by James Holler or Google Sheets, the Comprehensive Beginner's Guide by Adam Stanford, offer structured learning experiences. Practical application is reinforced through creating real-world projects such as budget tracking, project management, or data analysis. Engaging in online communities like Stack Overflow, Reddit, for example r/Excel, or specialized forums provides opportunities to ask questions and learn from others. Participating in Excel challenges or competitions hosted by websites like chandu.org tests and enhances skills. Attending webinars or workshops conducted by professionals or organizations specializing in spreadsheet tools offers insight into advanced features and best practices. Online certifications, such as those offered by Microsoft for Excel, can enhance resumes and demonstrate proficiency. Experimenting with unexplored features, collaborating on projects with peers, and staying updated through blogs, newsletters, and social media accounts related to spreadsheet tools are crucial aspects of continuous learning. Consistent practice, starting with the basics and gradually progressing to advanced features, ensures mastery of spreadsheet tools. This concludes our discussion of spreadsheets. I hope you found it informative.